Blog Talk Radio.
You know what time it is. Time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, the ladies Coop. From Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop, Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, with Mr. Coop, the ladies Coop. From Mr. Coop, from Mr. Coop, yeah.
Welcome to the Big Scoop with Coop. I'm your host, Coop. Season 5 still going strong, people. Make sure you do go tell your family, your friends, your associates, even your haters to tune in right now to blogtalkradio.com/the Big Scoop with Coop. Also, make sure you do check out the website, www.thebigscoopwithcoop.com, where you can check out episodes from Season 1 all the way to Season 5. Also, make sure you do check out Instagram and Twitter at MCOOP317. Now, enough about me, everybody. Everyone is listening worldwide. I have a special guest on today. Very successful actress. Has a YouTube hit series called Riley. She's done a lot of things in her career, and her career's just started. So much more for her to go through also, and she's going to actually accomplish at the same time. So you're about to hear about how she started her career, her success. She's going to give advice on how to actually get started in her career and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, excuse me, I'm too excited. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and the only Miss Jennifer Cetrone. Welcome to the show.
Wow, well, thank you. That was quite the introduction.
Hey,
I'm flattered.
Thank you very much. How's your day so far?
It's great. How's yours?
Oh, man, it's good. I'm in North Carolina, so it looks like it's about to storm. I can't tell with this weather right now, so one minute it wants to be semi-warm, the next minute it wants to be cold, so I don't even think the weather knows what it wants to do at the same time.
I don't think so either. I know I've been watching the news, and it's like all over, I mean, LA, but everywhere else it seems to be snowing and icy, so stay safe and warm.
Of course, and you too. You're in LA, so of course you want to stay warm. You're good to go. Yes.
We're good at that. Yeah.
Of course. Now, Jennifer, before we even start the show, I do want to let you know, I want to say congratulations on everything that you have done already. We're going to talk about that later on in the show. You're doing big things. The world needs to hear about this and see about this also. So I just want to say congratulations. But on this show, we always do start from the beginning. We do talk about how you started in your career, your success,
sure.
Give advice on how to get into your career much more. So, Jennifer, you ready to rock and roll?
I am, and thank you for the congratulations. That means a lot to me.
Of course. Anytime. Definitely. Now, Jennifer, when did you first realize that you wanted to become an actress?
So, honestly, it was from a very, very young age. I mean, I basically came out of the womb acting out different characters or dancing or singing. I don't think any of it was good around like 2 or 3, but it was just sort of always inherently a part of who I was as a very young child. And then I think my first community theater production was probably at the age of 7, and I think it was a production of The Emperor's New Clothes at the Catskill Actors Theater in like an hour or 2 upstate from New York City, because that's where I grew up. And from that point on, I was absolutely hooked after I did my first play, and then I began acting professionally in television and commercials at 13, and then I booked my first equity contract on stage at 16.
Wow. You have had a very busy young life. Very busy.
It was. Yeah, for sure.
And the good thing is, Jennifer, and I tell everyone that's been on the show before, whenever you start doing something at a young age and you really enjoy doing it, it sticks in you. It's like it goes into your blood, and you
absolutely
continue to do it. Yes, and look at you from a young age all the way up to now. I mean, you're doing big things. You started young. You've done commercials. At age of 13, I would love to have been in a commercial. I mean, you've done some great stuff. And
well, thank you.
Yes, you've inspired a lot of people. So I just want to say, continue to do what you do, Jennifer. You're doing great things, girl. And
thank you.
Yes, and actually knowing that you want to be an actress at a young age, that's something that makes you. You should look back at yourself now, Jennifer, and say, "I did all of this, and now I have all of this to do, and my career is nowhere close to being over." You have a very long career ahead of you, a very long career. You do. Now,
Well, thank you.
also,
Fingers crossed.
hey, I got on cross with you also. I definitely do. Now, Jennifer, on your path from a young age up to now, what type of hurdles did you have to come across to become a successful actress?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's this adage, I don't know if you've heard of it, but it I hope I don't mess it up, but it basically says there are no shortcuts to any place worth going. And I absolutely subscribe to that. I think that adversity helps to mold and shape us, no matter what our career is. I mean, as both a human being, and then if we are creative, then as an artist. And looking back now, I'm grateful for those struggles. But it certainly, as we all know, it takes life experience to really appreciate the journey and all the bumps and the bruises as they're happening. You know, it's only in hindsight that we're able to look back and see how that helped to mold us. So for one, I mean, just being real honest, I mean, I come from a really challenging upbringing, and I try to speak openly about that because I think it's important for other kids who might come from difficult and abusive homes to know that they can stay on a path and put themselves around mentors and people that can help them grow beyond their circumstances. So it's really important to me to spread that message and hopefully inspire other people to rise above if that's what's necessary. And so right there, in and of itself, I would say is probably my first and most kind of significant hurdle. It's informed my life, and obviously it's informed me as an actress and my career. And then from there, I would just say that, you know, in all honesty, I struggled quite a bit, even though I started young and I began working professionally at a young age. Around my early to mid-20s, I just found myself not working as much as I had. It was just sort of a plateau, and things had dried up a bit, and it was sort of crushing and hard for me to understand at the time. But what that dormant period actually forced me to do was to learn how to produce, which in and of itself is an incredibly daunting task that, you know, many years and experiences to grow your expertise. So again, I'm so thankful now looking back for that valley in my acting career, because I was able to acquire other skills, which make me, I think, a far more astute businesswoman and actually a better actress than I would have been had I only just stayed focused on acting alone, if that makes sense.
It does. Perfect sense. And, you know, I think anyone that's been successful in the movie industry, television industry, whatever industry you in, if you haven't hit a bump in the road and you start questioning yourself, I don't believe that you'll be as, I don't want to say as successful, I think you won't be as hardworking as you are today. For anybody from
I
Jennifer
agree with you.
Yeah, all the way, whoever's listening worldwide right now. I think it's always, if you question yourself or you hit that bump and you get over that hurdle, man, you will feel like the greatest person in the world, like you can achieve anything. And
absolutely,
as you saw, Jennifer has done that, and everybody else is listening. If you're at that hurdle point right now, I think you need to just sit there, analyze what you're doing, and get yourself to where you need to be. And I guarantee you will jump that hurdle and you will continue, just like how Jennifer's done right now. So, Jennifer, were there any mentors that actually helped you out on the way up?
There was, yeah. To harken back to what I was just speaking about before, it was actually one of my greatest mentors, especially as it relates to my career. I actually owe a great deal of credit to my high school drama teacher. Her name is Jane Mueller, and she and I still keep in touch to this day. And her belief in me, both personally and professionally, provided me gratefully with an extremely solid foundation in regards to both my craft and the way I approach a character and the words on a page. Fortunately, I went to a high school that did really well in the performing arts. It wasn't a magnet program, but it sort of operated as one, even though it wasn't. And so I just learned so much. And again, through what I went through as a kid, just having her faith in me and belief, it sustained and pushed me forward even to this day.
Wow. Big shout outs. Definitely big shout outs.
Yeah.
I think every helping hand will actually make one step further in your career.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
Yes. Big shout outs to everyone that's actually impacted Jennifer's life in any type of way, positive or negative. I'll give you, the negative people, I'll give you a shout out to because she went over you and where she's at now. So definitely big shout out to you. Now, do you feel, in your own opinion, that the television and movie industry have changed for the better or the worse from the 90s up to now?
You know what? That's a great question. In my humble opinion, I really feel that the industry has changed for the better, especially with the digital boom and the rise of such compelling content on outlets like such as Netflix and Amazon, Hulu. I mean, the list goes on. And I also feel that there's a great deal of expansion happening regarding female characters and female-driven stories right now. And, obviously as a woman, I'm very excited to see how that continues to grow and manifest itself, and just basically holistically just to see how this new era of media really continues to expand.
Wow. Great answer. Definitely great answer.
Oh,
and
thanks.
Yes, you're definitely right about that. I feel the same way. Now, I'm not going to lie, there are some pros and cons. It's more pro than con. Now, don't get me wrong, in the 90s, I did miss the shows, the sitcoms, like Saved by the Bell.
Sure, I hear you.
Yeah, the teenage drama stuff like 90210, and then you have Family Matters, TGIF. Yeah, so much stuff. But at the same time, you have other shows that actually kind of follow the path to a certain extent. And it's actually up there now. So I think television has grown back. It did have a little slump in the 2000s, but it's climbed back up to the top. Movies also.
Yeah, and I think if you look at like the success that, say, Fuller House has experienced on Netflix, you know what I mean? That's sort of hearkening back to what some of the examples you're giving of that, just that really feel-good kind of family-oriented show,
Right.
So I think it's just the way we're consuming it is different, but I agree with you. I think there's a resurgence, and I have a great affinity for everything you just mentioned too, like 90210 and sitting down to TGIF on Fridays, So I think that those are all great call outs, and I think that via these digital platforms that we'll continue to see more of that, I think, as well as more artistic, edgy content as well. I think it can really run the gamut on those platforms, which is pretty cool.
You're right. Now, you were speaking earlier about female characters and everything. Now, for all your fans who's listening worldwide right now, and people that's getting introduced to you brand new for the first time, I want you to tell everyone about this YouTube hot series that's called Riley.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so excited to talk about Riley. So, Riley, the series, is a new, original, dark comedy series about a former teen pop star who's now in her 30s. So that's me. And the series opens, and we meet Riley, and she has endured a publicly humiliating downfall and subsequent nervous breakdown. We meet her after this has happened, and she's now working at an online and telephone psychic hotline. So definitely not her dream of where she thought she'd be. And there's some potential love interests and plenty of quirky characters in her post-famous life. And then with the support of a tremendously funny ensemble cast, I have to give a million shout-outs to because it's, even though it's called Riley, it really is an ensemble cast, and there's so much talent in the series. It's phenomenal. But with all of that, the audience begins to basically question if kind of a flatline career of Riley's can be resurrected, and perhaps, can she open her heart again and hopefully find love in the process. So the audience takes this journey with her, and I think Riley's journey I think it's as unpredictably uplifting as it is funny, and we take a look at and really examine this universal theme of failure, comebacks, and redemption, which we've all experienced one way or another in our own lives. So that's why I think it's so universal, and I think people will really relate to it while laughing hysterically. So it's a good combination, I hope.
Yeah. Trust me, it is. And I remember seeing, it's probably been about, I want to say it was 2 months ago, but I know it's probably been on YouTube longer than that. There's an interview that you did. It was you, and I hope I don't mess his name up. I think it's Gavin. That you
it
all.
It is. Look at you. Yes, Joe Hernandez-Kolsky plays Gavin. He's tremendous.
You two killed me on that interview. You really did. When you was trying to, he was describing himself, and you're trying to do the strong thing with the muscle. You're like,
yes.
wait a minute. You didn't say strong. Do it over. But I cracked up on it. That was really good.
I love hearing that. Thank you. That was just some of the behind-the-scenes marketing stuff we did like months ago before we even shot the series. We shot those behind-the-scenes spots. So I'm so glad you liked them. That's awesome.
Yes. Everybody make sure that's listening worldwide, that's watching live on Facebook right now, also Periscope. Make sure you do go check out Riley. This is a show that you do want to see. I believe it's going to, my personal opinion, people, this is just mine. This is nothing that Jennifer told me to say or anything, but my personal opinion is that this show is going to be hot. It's going to actually go up to new levels. So make sure you follow it. Make sure you do check out everything that's going on with Jennifer. This is something you don't want to miss. Riley, YouTube, make sure you check it out, everybody. And let me know what you think about it. Make sure you let Jennifer know also.
Yeah, I'd love to hear the feedback.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, for the people that's getting introduced to you for the first time, could you tell people other things that you've done? I know you said commercials and everything, but can you name something you've done in the past up to now in television or movie? Yeah,
well, actually, I do want to just touch on one thing because I don't think it's touched on enough, and I have a huge I've toured the country starring in over 50 professional theater productions in my career. And theater's has and always will be a great passion of mine. I still really believe in the experience of being in a room and experiencing something all together at the same time. So I just want to give a shout out to that. But then I've also guest starred on Nickelodeon and Disney TV series, along with a variety of independent films.
Nice. What are some of the shows that you did on Disney and Nickelodeon?
Gosh, Walt Disney World Inside Out. I want to say Mystery Files of Shelby Woo. Some of this stuff goes back a few years. But lots of fun, kid-friendly comedy shows specifically.
And I particularly remember both of those shows. I'm an 80s baby. So, of course.
Okay. There we go.
Yeah. So, yes, I definitely remember all of that. Jennifer, once again, congratulations on everything you've done. I mean, I don't want to sound like a mockingbird here, but I think there's a lot of people that's listening right now saying, man, I wish I could have got on Nickelodeon show, Disney, all of that, because you have to remember, back in the 90s, Nickelodeon was booming. It really was. I'm not taking anything from Nickelodeon now. I'm definitely not. If you all are listening, represent Nickelodeon, congrats for everything you're doing. But, I mean, she did her thing back in the day. 90s, 2000s, she's done her thing. So, Jennifer, thank you again for everything you have done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, Jennifer, are there any other projects that you would like to talk about that you're working on?
You know, Coop, I'm sure there will be, but for now I'm just really focused on doing everything I can to promote Riley and growing its audience. I just think the character of Riley and the story are super relevant right now, and I can't wait for the show to premiere and hopefully provoke conversations and laughter, and while reminding our audience that, just like we talked about, like everyone experiences failure in this life. It's who and how you get back up that counts. And I really want this show to make everyone laugh, but remind us all of that, too. So I'm just really excited to get it out there as much as possible.
Nice. Oh man, Jennifer, when does it drop? When does it come out?
The official trailer will drop very shortly. We haven't decided on the exact date, but it will be before Christmas. And then the pilot episode premieres on January 19th.
Nice. Everyone, make sure you check out that trailer. You stay close to Jennifer. Check out the trailer, January 19th. Make sure you check out the official pilot. And also throughout 2017, you make sure you check out all of these episodes. I'm telling you, you want something that you can laugh at and you can actually base yourself off a life experience. Watch Riley. I can't stress that enough. Watch the show. This is something you do not want to miss. Yes. Now, Jennifer, how can people follow you on social media?
So me personally, I'm really easy to find on Twitter and Instagram. It's just my name, so at Jennifer Cetrone, JenniferCetrone. And then they can find Riley the series really easily on Twitter, Insta, Facebook, and YouTube. Again, it's just like my name, but the series is just at Riley, Riley, the THE series, SERIES.
Nice. Everyone, make sure you do follow her on social media. If you want to keep up with the latest and greatest, make sure you find Riley on social media. Make sure you find Jennifer on social media. There's something you don't want to miss out. Me and Jennifer, we're connected on social media. So make sure you connect with her also. That's what I have to say. So make sure you do it. Everyone that's listening worldwide, if you want to keep up with Riley, once again, follow social media. Social media is your best friend when it comes to this. Make sure you do it. Now, Jennifer, what is your ultimate goal as an actress?
You know, it's just to create good work that I'm proud of and hopefully play a small part in helping people have a deeper experience of each other's and our own humanity. I realize that probably sounds a little cheesy, but it's true, and I think we need more of it.
Nice. And yes, we do. We definitely do. That's one thing I will say. And that's a good thing because if you have a personal goal to make your ultimate goal, I think you'll strive for it harder and people will see it through your work, Jennifer. So
absolutely, I agree with you.
Yes, please continue to do everything that you're doing now. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, you make sure, once again, you follow Jennifer. Make sure you keep up with her because she has a goal and she's going to stick with it. So make sure you do it, everybody. Now, for everyone that's actually listening right now worldwide, they want to hear this from you, Jennifer. What advice would you give any male or female that wants to become an actor or actress in the movie or television industry?
Oh, that's a good question. Probably first and foremost that it's a marathon, not a sprint. And to keep fighting the good fight, never give up. I know that can sound trite, but it's just so true. That there is plenty of success to go around. So basically, if the moment at hand isn't your moment, then just keep studying and practicing your craft to become better and better and continue to cultivate other areas of your life and your other areas of expertise. And when it is your moment, then you'll bring the most life to your roles because when you yourself are having an authentic, full, and diverse experience of your own life, that's when you're going to bring the most you possibly can to the character and serve the story, which is the ultimate goal.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, Jennifer Cetrone, you make sure you do follow her on Facebook. Make sure you follow her everywhere, Twitter, Riley the series. I can't stress enough. Make sure you do check it out. Watch out for the trailer. Make sure you watch it. Watch out. I'm telling you, it's coming, guys. Make sure you check it out. Pilot's coming soon also. Jennifer, I want to say once again, thank you for coming on the show. I would love to have you back in the future.
I would love to come back, and it was an absolute pleasure chatting with you. And keep up the great work you're doing. You're spreading such a terrific message, and you do it with such infectious, amazing energy. So keep helping the world, and a big shout-out right back to you. That's
what I'm talking about. All right. Thank you, everyone. And we had Jennifer Cetrone on the show. Make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you follow Jennifer once again. Make sure you keep up with Jennifer. Make sure you keep up with Riley. Check it all out, guys. Until next time on the Big Scoop with Coop.
You know what time it is. Time to hang out with Mr. Coop. With Mr. Coop I, with Mr. Coop I, with Mr. Coop the latest scoop. From Mr. Coop I, from Mr. Coop I, from Mr. Coop I, Mr.